Alright guys, what's up? So for this gameplay, it's gonna be a full gameplay more or less, but for this one I'm gonna run through some tactics as to how I approach certain encounters with these enemies and how I take them down. Now I'm gonna be using this skin in particular, where I'd say I'd call this some, Bushman tactics, just the way the ghillie suit works and how effective it is in the battleground. Let's see if I can teach you guys the two things. Now for this drop, I'm gonna take it early but quiet. So I checked the map to see what's going on, and I noticed at the block market there's the orange. It's labeled in orange, which means there's some higher level equipment over there. So I decided I'd rather go to the harbor and see what's going on there and loot up as quickly as possible and then move on. So as you saw right there, I'm quickly scanning around to see where my enemies are going, and of course they're going to block market, which could have been a hot drop. Now, as I landed here, I quickly ran over weapons and armor and I just tapped to select, which is much faster than the waiting for your auto loot to pick up. Now, I try my best to choose the best possible weapon combo to go with, which luckily I got here, and then I just continued through looking to see how much armor I could pick up. Picking up as much armor as possible is a really good idea because you'll be surprised at how fast your armor runs out. So you want to have as much armor as possible, health, and also a level 2 vest minimum before you encounter any of your enemies. So as you guys saw right there, I picked up some mods as well. Now the way I go about in setting my mods, say for example the AK-47, I would rather equip a stabilizer mod due to it having a higher recoil and somewhat of a medium fire rate. So for guns that have higher recoil and medium fire rate, I find the stabilizer mod works better. Now for guns that have a higher fire rate, say for example the AK-117, I would rather choose a dense fire mode instead, which helps control all those bullets spread into one single area on the target. I mean the recoil you could control easy with just sliding down on your fire button. Now I flew my helicopter around to some of the hot areas, like the docks for example, see if I find some action around here. So luckily enough I got some action, and I found the best possible spot for me to land, which is at a higher elevation up here, and I quickly moved forward to see what's going on. Here is where I think like my enemies, but also I play a trick where it's called a waiting game to see how much patience these guys have. Now this is where your experience comes in. I check to see what's going on, and then I could see the guy in front is running towards the terminal, as well as his friend at the back is staying behind. My guess is the guy at the front is being used as bait, so the guy at the back can take some quick shots at me. So as you can see right there, he did. So I quickly prone so that some of his bullets miss, and then I take a few shots back at him just to do a little damage. So in remembering my surroundings, I knew that this rock was there and it was perfect enough to get at a higher elevation. So I got up here as quickly as possible, and then I tried to play a game with them to, make them believe that I probably ran away or something. So from what you saw right there, both of them were clueless, and that was an easy takedown for me to deal with. Now this is where you need to pick up your loot as quickly as possible. Luckily enough, that guy brought the chip terminal upgrade for me, in which I can now take advantage of my dead silence. Also, keep in mind from that fight you just engaged, most likely you probably attract attention from another team. Now my second fight begins. I don't know what these guys were shooting at, but they quickly ran towards the terminal, they grouped up, which made it nice and easy for me. So I took a couple shots at the first guy, and then he ran away to take some cover by his vehicle, which I believe is a bad choice. The next guy, I'm trying to figure out what is going on. Playing the waiting game once more to see if I can get these guys to expose themselves. You can see right there, they came out, so I decided to take out a few shots. Now, until that moment, I kept on believing that I had a better advantage over them due to my height, elevation, as well as the angle. So the only way they could have possibly landed a shot on me was with a sniper, in which luckily this guy had. Now, experience again comes into play. Whilst I was healing up, I was also keeping an eye on these guys, in which I saw at that very moment the ninja guy was coming up towards me. So I decided I would take advantage of that little animation where after you grapple onto the ledge, it takes a little time before you recover, in which I took advantage of that situation and then I easily took him out. And then I just finished off his friend. Now, I need to heal up and then get out of here. So, flying around with the helicopter, I always keep in mind that somebody will try to take me down with a rocket, in which they did. I mean, I know the helicopter could have taken another rocket, but these days I go with the benefit of the doubt, because sometimes it's not consistent. Sometimes the helicopter blows up with one rocket at 100 health, so I didn't take the chance. I found the best possible elevation for me to land, which is up here, and then I check my surroundings to see if it's maybe a single player or a team who fired at me.
Airdrop has been delivered.
No, I heard some shots down there in which I could see these guys being distracted by the butcher, so that's an easy kill for me. As you could see right there, I used the ninja to quickly maneuver myself across the terrain, and then I take this guy out easy whilst he's being distracted. Check my surroundings as well, just to make sure I didn't attract any attention, and then I'll head down just to clean up. Again, I'll say this. Try your best to use the grappling hook to move across the terrain efficiently. Don't just spam it like you're crazy, because remember, you only have 3 of them with the upgraded terminal.
Chip terminal is almost ready.
So I need to move before the circle catches me. Give myself enough distance by the time I get to the white circle that the blue circle doesn't catch me. Again, checking my surroundings, always looking back just to make sure anyone tries to sneak up on me, rotating around in the circle. Now, with the ninja, always use it to the best possible way that you could get a higher elevation as much as possible. So I decided to come up here just to check my surroundings, just to make sure it's clear, and then I move forward into the white circle. Now, keeping in mind, as I move across this bridge, I'm checking to make sure there's no one waiting for me. Also, I noticed the tank coming down, so I decided I'll go up here instead, see if I can catch some attention, because I know somebody would try to, steal that tank. Now, I came in a bit late with my bike, and also I might have attracted some attention, so I keep that in mind, play it a bit safe, and then move forward. So you heard that right there. Someone got into the tank and they got out. So most likely they know someone is up here and they're rushing. Which I heard this guy, then I take him out. And I saw his friend coming up as well, so I took cover. Prone down in this little corner right here. Then I quickly take him out. He wouldn't know I was there. So after that fight, I'll quickly heal up, stay for a bit, and just absorb as much as what's going on around me, all the gunshots and whatever, so I can then decide what's my next move.
The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
So I'm just checking the area some more, make sure it's safe, because I want to get that helicopter lower down and then head into the zone as quickly as possible. So I'm moving towards this corner of the circle, which is at a higher elevation, but also it takes a longer time for the zone to close, which just makes it perfect for me to work with.
The revived flight will arrive in 1
So
minute.
right now I'm making sure the area is clear, because the way I dropped in there hopefully didn't attract any attention. Again, using the grappling hook to move across, I heard some gunshots over there and it sounded like some real players. So I move in and hopefully I get some good action over here.
The last revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
Okay, so let me explain how I took on that fight. Now, at the start of it, I moved in a bit close, listened to my enemy's footsteps to see whether or not he was either a single guy or a team. And then when I saw the first guy coming in, I decided I would take the chance and then take him out. And then I heard his friend coming in, so I moved around to the shed, got at a higher elevation with the grappling hook, which I saw him, and then I just took him out easily. So at the end of that fight, I took 0 damage. Perfect.
The safe zone is collapsing.
So right now, as the game is almost done, I'm doing a little spatial awareness as to figuring out where exactly my enemies could be, and then I would decide what's next. So I moved in quick, checked around to see and make sure no one didn't see me, and then right in the corner of my eyes I saw this guy landing down from the airborne. So I rushed up here to see what's going on.
Chip terminal is almost ready.
Good enough, I got a lot of shots on that guy, so I know he's weak. If he tries to fall on me, then it'll be an easy takedown. So then I saw his friend coming in, and I decided to take this long shot fight.
Only 2 teams
Now this
left.
is where you need to know how your gun performs to see whether or not you can take these fights long range or short range.
We have a winner.
Now luckily enough, I don't know what happened to that other guy. Probably died to the zone, but it's whatever. That's a win for me, and then a good job done.